Hello, this is Stefan again from schristoph.online. Today we'll talk about my latest post, the weekly review for June 29th to July 5th. It's my Sunday digest, everything that went up on the blog this week, plus a few things I read but didn't write about. The theme this week is simple. Knowledge is more useful when it's structured, durable and owned for your agents, your audience, and your unfinished ideas. The TLDR at the top stands on its own, so 10 minutes on a Sunday is enough. 5 posts went up this week, 3 of them climb one ladder, the agent memory spectrum, and 2 turn the lens back on you. Let me walk through each one. First, agent memory is a spectrum, not a switch. When an agent keeps forgetting things, that's usually an architecture problem, not a model one. Memory runs along a spectrum, and the move is to name the rung. The missing capability lives on. Then pick the mechanism that fits. This kicks off a 3-part series. Second, own your real estate. If you only publish on platforms you don't control, you rent your audience, and the landlord can change the logs. The fix is to publish the canonical copy on a site you own and syndicate teasers that each link home. The trade is that a link out teaser gets less feed reach, a cost I take on purpose. Third, the other half of 2 Pizza, a response to Werner Vogel's. A coding agent let one scientist prototype a product overnight, but the buy-in revolution is only half the story. Getting an idea all the way to production, where it has to scale, stay up, and behave responsibly, is the harder half that AI made easier, not easy. The craft now lives in finishing. Fourth, vector search. From the whiteboard to the cloud. On the whiteboard, it's a 5-minute idea. Turn text into points in space and grab the nearest neighbors. In production, it's a full quarter of tuning, and on AWS, Amazon Bedrock Knowledge Bases runs that whole loop as a managed service. It's the first post in a new whiteboard to cloud format. Here's that vector search post itself. Notice how it pairs the academic explainer with the AWS practice, the whiteboard intuition on one side, and the production knobs, chunking, recall versus latency and drift on the other. Fifth, your Obsidian vault is a knowledge graph. A folder of link-tagged markdown nodes already is a semantic graph. Wiki links are edges, front matter is type properties, folders are namespaces. That's exactly what an agent traverses for long-term memory, and it closes out the memory series. And here's the vault post. The honest note it lands on is when you would graduate to a real graph database, cross-graph queries, scale, schema enforcement, or many concurrent writers, and not before. Read together. The weak is one argument from 2 directions. The memory spectrum names the rungs, vector search is the retrieval mechanism, and the linked vault is that semantic memory in a form you already maintain. Owning your real estate points the same instinct at your own work. And the 2 Pizza post is the honest coda. Owning something means finishing it. There's also a short further reading list. 3 public pieces I read but didn't block. Field notes on AI-driven development, a clean walk through how Google Maps finds the shortest path at scale, and notes on a new document parsing model. All public links if you want to go deeper. A couple of questions you might have. First, which posts form a series? Posts 1, 4, and 5 are the 3-part agent memory series. Spectrum, then vector search, then vault as graph. The other 2 are standalone but share the ownership and finishing thread. Second, do you have to read all 5? No, the TLDR at the top is a standalone summary, and each blurb links to the full post if you want to go deeper. That's the whole point of a Sunday digest. And a fair challenge, isn't a weekly recap just link farming your own posts? It's built for the reader who doesn't check the blog daily. If you already read every post this week, skip it. It's explicitly for the 10-minute Sunday reader, and it adds the through line plus public reading that never got its own post. Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful. If so, you can reach out on LinkedIn directly or head to my blog at schristoph.online. Let's keep in touch. Take care.